Hey, what's up? I know we can all agree that at some point we've had tacos before. I know most of us would definitely say that we love tacos. But doesn't it get on your nerves that the little taco filling always tend to fall out of the tortilla shell? It drives me nuts. Well, tonight I'm going to show you how to make a delicious taco pasta, and I can guarantee you all of the filling is going to stay on your fork. So without further ado, let's get to cooking.
These are the ingredients that we're going to be using for today's recipe.
First thing we're going to do to this hot skillet is we are going to add a small drizzle of oil, and we are going to add some onions. Just going to cook these onions on down until they become nice and translucent and fragrant. This pan is so hot, that's going to happen in no time at all. Stir it on up. Now that the onions are cooked on down, we're going to go ahead and add our garlic paste. Choose to use whatever type of garlic you want to use. If you want to use garlic cloves, you can definitely do that. If you have garlic paste on hand, that will work perfectly fine as well. This, just in case you're wondering, is roasted garlic. It's incorporated really good. Allow this infusion to take place before we add our meat. Once the garlic is nice and toasted and it becomes fragrant, we are in business. Now would be the perfect time for us to add our beef. This is 1 pound of ground beef, just in case you're wondering. However, this recipe can be used with ground pork, ground chicken, and even ground turkey. I was tempted to use ground turkey, seriously, but I ended up going with ground beef. Great thing about it is the meat is going to pick up all of the flavors from the onions and the sauteed garlic, which is a great thing. So we're going to have that infusion of flavors from the beginning, from beginning to end. You know how I cook. We're going to make this taste so good. Going to turn the flame up just a bit, get this pot rocking. Let's get to cooking. Perfect. I eat tacos at least maybe once or twice a week. So delicious. But like I said in the intro, when that meat falls out of that taco, you find yourself literally searching for that meat. Not to mention, if it doesn't fall in the little taco bowl that they give you. I remember one time the taco filling fell on my pant leg, and you could think what you want. If you think I was going to let that tasty stuff literally just go to waste, you got the wrong person. I took it up, picked it up off my leg, and I ate it. It was so good. A lot of you know exactly what I'm talking about, especially when you're coming down to the last bit of your whatever it is that you're eating, and you drop that, you drop that sucker. You're going to pick it up, brush it off, blow it off, and eat it like nothing happened. Our meat is almost fully cooked. That's a great thing. I want to go in one more time with that meat chopper to break the meat down just a little bit more, because I have some chunks going on. And I just want to make sure that everything is cooked through thoroughly. The water has dried out of the pan already as well. So that's definitely a great thing. No oil whatsoever, even better. So no straining involved. And it's time to season. First thing we want to add is some adobo. All right? Get yourself some adobo. If you don't have adobo, you're definitely missing out. Adobo is so delicious. We're also going to add some taco seasoning. Add a good amount of taco seasoning, considering this is going to be a taco filling that we're making. We're also going to add some creole seasoning. Adding the creole seasoning is just to give it some extra bite and flavor, even though it's not traditional to add creole seasoning to taco meat. But we want to step and elevate our flavors. So there's absolutely nothing wrong with adding your own personal spin or personal seasonings to whatever it is that you're cooking. We're also going to add some beef bouillon. Lower our flame just a bit. Let's add our Rotel. If you're going to be using mild Rotel, that consists of tomatoes and chilies. However, if you're going to be using hot Rotel, that consists of tomatoes and habanero peppers. So the habanero peppers Very, very spicy. That's the hot Rotel. All right. If you're going to be feeding kids, one or two things, depending on the age of your kids and their little spice palette, I would suggest that you either use mild or just regular tomatoes. Like I said, the mild Rotel has chilies in there, which still could be a little bit spicy depending on the age group and their tolerance. And you could just simply be an adult that does not like spice, all right? And opt to use the mild or even just tomatoes. All right, this is looking good so far. We're just going to add a small pinch of salt. Along with the ground black pepper. All right, this looks absolutely delicious. And to bring this dish on home, all right, we are going to add our pasta. Now, here's the thing. If the pan that you're using and your pasta doesn't fit, if you're using spaghetti, of course, then just break it in half. However, mine fit perfectly. You don't have to use spaghetti. However, you could definitely rock out with maybe elbow macaroni pasta, shells, rotini, rigatoni, or even vermicelli or angel hair. We're just going to add some water. And we are going to cover this taco pasta on down. We're going to allow it to come to a slow simmer for about 20 minutes until our pasta is nice and tender. After about 10 minutes, take a quick look. This is what our pasta looks like. Now, here's the thing. You may experience a little clumping together of the pasta. No worries whatsoever. All you need to do, of course, is go in with your tongs and just separate the pasta. If you realize that the pasta is not cooked fully to your liking, but the water is drying out, same thing applies. No worries, all right? You're just going to add some water to the pan or the skillet, and that's basically it. But add small amounts at a time because you don't want to overcook your pasta. We're going to cover it back down, slow simmer until this pasta is nice and tender. It's been about 20 minutes so far, so let's check on our taco pasta. And this looks great. It smells so good. I'm just going to go ahead and incorporate the meat with the pasta. Mix it on in really good. Make sure to fold that meat on into the pasta because right now the meat is hanging out on the sides of the pan. And we can't have that. We got to incorporate this dish. All right, we're going to continue folding the meat on into the pasta. Perfect. All right, we are going to jazz this dish on up. I don't know about you, but one of my favorite condiments on tacos is cheese. So we're going to go ahead and add some of our fiesta blend of cheese to this taco pasta. And I just want to incorporate it and get the cheese all mixed in. Perfect. Make it nice and cheesy. And to top it off even more, we're just going to go ahead and sprinkle some more cheese to the top. Just a small amount. You're right. We're also going to add some freshly grated cheddar cheese to the top. Just like that. You know what? Let's just go ahead and add the whole thing. I mean, why not, right? Who doesn't love cheese? Just spread it out just like that. We're going to incorporate some cilantro with this dish. If you don't like cilantro, because there's a love-hate relationship with cilantro, it's either you love it or you hate it, definitely add some type of greenery. Now, if you're not going to add cilantro, I would suggest that you add maybe parsley. After I added the cheese, I covered it on down with the lid for about 2 minutes just to allow the cheese to become nice and melted, just like this, all right? Once you're done, you're going to finish it off with your cilantro or parsley, whatever you prefer. Our delicious taco pasta is finished. No more than 30 minutes and dinner is served. And the great thing about this recipe is you could serve a number of people, unless you're gonna go in for like a heaping serving, all right? And you're like, listen, I want all this pasta in this pot. But nevertheless, this can definitely feed a group of people. Now here's the thing with this taco pasta, guys. If you want to incorporate, let's say, maybe a little bit of cream cheese towards the end of the cooking process when I started to add the cheeses, you can definitely do that as well. If you want to incorporate maybe a little bit of sour cream or even salsa, keep in mind it's taco pasta. The only difference is we're rocking out with pasta versus tortilla shells. So it's totally up to you as far as whatever condiment you want to add to your pasta to bring out the flavors even more. Let's taste this taco pasta and see what we're working with. And see what's good in the neighborhood. Perfect. Let's see. This thing is hot. This thing is so hot. I'm one of those who love cilantro, so we're just going to incorporate some cilantro. This taco pasta is absolutely satisfying. Delicious. You hear me with a capital D, ending in a capital S. So good. Now here's the thing. A little bit spicy, only because my taco seasoning is hot flavored along with the Rotel tomatoes and habaneros. Other than that, all right, like I said, if you want this particular dish to be mild, of course, rock out with either original or mild taco seasoning, mild Rotel, or like I said, just a regular can of tomatoes if your digestive system can't tolerate that spice, and you'll be good to go. This right here, absolutely flavorful and delicious. Oh my goodness. Definitely give this recipe a try, guys, because not only is it cost affordable as well, I'm gonna try to hit you with those back-to-back cost affordable recipes simply because many reasons, you know what I'm saying? And not to mention our kids. A lot of us who do have kids are home from school, so these recipes, not only are they 30 minutes, but it's definitely budget friendly as well. As always, I'm your girl cooking with Tammy. Definitely try your taco pasta. And also don't forget to get your seasonings at cookingwithtammy.shop. And as always, I would definitely catch you guys in another video with another great recipe.